Episode 183 of the Attitude Era series. The last 16 shows have had an 89 rating or better. I've been talking about it for 4 weeks now. 4 episodes now that I think we've been keeping track, maybe past 5. But otherwise than that, it's Raw, WWE, WWF. I should change that. I never noticed that. My apologies. WWF has won the ratings war 86 weeks. And WCW won the ratings war 36 weeks. Now the ratings war is Nitro versus Raw, and we're kicking their ass, happily. We're just going to kick it off right away. You guys know the storylines and all that shit. Alright, so right away, the first thing I noticed is Curt Hennig invented a new catchphrase that'll likely boost his ability on the microphone. Curt Hennig at 41, still improving the microphone. I love it. When he gets better, that only makes Candido and Team Perfect better. This starts off typical Raw opening, where it's like 15-minute long. The Rock cuts a promo, Mankind cuts a promo, then Candido and Kurt interrupt, and then they just end up brawling, and that's our main event. Back in the Attitude Era, late 99, 2000, definitely 2001. Well, not 2001 so much, definitely 2000 I meant. You saw a lot of main event quality matches on Raw, because they are in a war, and we've really been upping our game with that. And we continue that tonight with our main event being Team Perfect versus the Rock and Saw Connection, which is our main event. And so I'm expecting, I don't know, high 90s, but it could be anyone's, could be any rating. Following that right away, we get Gangrel versus Rikishi. Gangrel and Luna have been going at it with Goldust and Terry Runnels, and this is just another part of the match where Gangrel versus Rikishi ends when Goldust, distracts Gangrel for Rikishi to beat him with the big splash. And this is just a way to get Rikishi on the show, to get him over a little bit, have him win a match here. Pretty good match considering, Gangrel isn't the best in-ring guy and Rikishi's okay. But I'm happy with this. And then after the match, well, of course, Gangrel gets a stink face. Goldust is cheering on, and while Gangrel is getting the stink face, maybe Luna gets a stink face, or she just tucks out or something like that. Following that, we get Al Snow going up to Mankind, and he says, "Mankind, I got your back. I don't trust The Rock. I just want to let you know that I have your back." Mick Foley thanks him, and it's just another freestyle segment, because this is like something we're only gonna use once, and I don't know, it's just a lot easier on me. Following that, we get the Hardy Boys versus Edge and Christian. This is the Hardy Boys showing that they are still the number one contenders for the tag team titles. Edge and Christian have been a little off on their own, after they left the ministry, and the Brood pretty much split up. They've been on their own, and that's fine. They're gonna be in purgatory for a little bit, and then when they come out, they're gonna be top dogs of the division. Following that, we get Val Venis, Mark Henry, and the Godfather versus Un-Americans. Mark Henry lost to Lance Storm last week after some scuttlebutt, and this week he teams up with his tag partner Godfather and Val Venis to take on the Un-Americans. And the good guys won here when Mark Henry defeated Chavo Guerrero by pinfall. This Val Venis versus Un-Americans feud has been going on since, I think, literally the post-Mania Raw. And this is going to conclude here after this rematch of Lance Storm. Following that, we get Stephanie talks to Vince. Stephanie goes up to Vince. This is Stephanie's first outing in the company officially. And she, so Vince is in the ring cutting a promo on how dare Triple H date his daughter. And then Stephanie comes out and like, "What have you done? You gave Stone Cold a title shot, and it's no DQ. So Triple H could lose the title." And then Vince, he's pissed about it, and he yells at her, "What are you doing dating a wrestler? You're not even allowed to be on TV. What the hell?" She gets in his face and says, "I'm a grown-ass woman." And it leads to, and finally Vince, realizes, shit, what did I do? I gave Stone Cold a title shot. I talked about it on SmackDown, where I think Vince is going to come to realize that he's going to regret this decision, and pretty much now Stephanie is debuted. This is her first official appearance, and it is what it is. It's, we skipped out on a lot of the stupid shit with her and the ministry, although it was iconic a little bit. with her, like, crying to her dad when she was tied up by the Undertaker in the marriage. That stuff was goofy. I don't really like it. Going back and watching it, it's kind of weird to me. And we skip that. This is Stephanie's official debut, and she's with Triple H. Following that, Kane and Undertaker agreed to one last match. You've seen this angle happen a couple of times, but pretty much Kane and Undertaker just agree that it's time to end this fight, and they're gonna do it in a one-on-one match. Maybe I'll add a gimmick down the line, but right now it's just one-on-one. I haven't even thought about a gimmick until I just said it. Following that, this is Owen Hart cutting a promo backstage about what's next for him, and then he's talking to Chavo about Chavo losing. He asked Chavo if he's alright. Just leading somewhere. Following that, we get Eddie Guerrero versus William Regal. Ends when Taz runs in and beats the shit out of William Regal, while Eddie, I'd imagine Eddie's on top of the ring post, ready to do the frog splash one. Taz runs in and starts beating down Regal. Eddie gets down, pushing, what the fuck, you got me disqualified. Taz tells him to F off. This is just pretty much a way to get Eddie involved in the European title race now with William Regal. And Taz attacked William Regal because of the because the Un-Americans beat him up a couple weeks ago, and he's out for revenge. Here, after the match, once again, Taz is still beating up William Regal to get revenge, and he just, chokes him out to Taz's mission. We're starting to show a more aggressive side of Taz, and I think you guys can figure out why. You guys are all mature adults, hopefully. Chris Jericho is cutting a vicious promo in the crowd, and he's, just talking shit. And XPac just interrupts him and tells him to just shut up. No one cares what you have to say. You're a good wrestler, but just shut up. And then eventually, alright, I had to take a phone call. So pretty much, X-Pac just confronts Chris Jericho and just tells him to shut up. No one wants to hear Chris Jericho talk. And this is just a way to give Chris Jericho a real official feud now. Following that, we have Stone Cold and Triple H trade insults. Now, I thought about having them brawl, but I don't think we could do that right now because the pay-per-view, it's not this Sunday, it's the following Sunday. And I figured, why not, we'll hold that off for another day. Pretty much they just go back and forth where they just talk shit in each other, and it doesn't lead to anywhere physical. Triple H backs away from a fight. And he says, Austin, kick your ass, something like that. It's just basic. These two just talk shit to each other. And in our main in the main event, we have the Rock and Sock Connection versus Team Perfect. When Team Perfect goes on and defeats Rock and Sock Connection after Chris Candido pinned Mankind after he hit him with an object. He hit him with the ring bell or something and got the win. Second 100 rating the whole entire series, not in the whole, in TEW 2016 following Undertaker and Kane. I'm really happy with this rating. Fantastic. Rock and Sock doing great. This whole entire feud's doing pretty good. I think it's pretty iconic with Chris Candido versus The Rock. It's a lot better than The Rock facing Billy Gunn, whatever the hell that was. And then we end the show with these two ending up brawling. So the last 40 minutes of my show were perfect. Because, the last 3 segments ended up being 40 minutes. This is, I think, one of the best Raws ever. We had 500 ratings in one show. Out of a third of our show was perfect. And then other than that, our lowest rating was a 67 3-minute angle. We're just firing on all cylinders now. It's kind of getting too easy. I wish, hopefully WCW steps it up or some other thing. But that's the problem with WWF. When you guys have really good and over, they get over and they stay that way. But yeah, this is 10 minutes long. This is 25 including entrances, and this is 6 minutes. So the last 40 minutes of our show was just on fire. I'm really happy with that, and I think we kicked WCW's ass once again. Yeah, alright, we got new emails, and let's see, WCW pull Miracle. Nope, they put on a hell of a show. Wow. Roddy Piper and Ric Flair defeated Scott Hall and Kevin Nash with a 99 rating. That's pretty good. Conan defeated Chuck Palumbo in a shitty match. Randy Savage versus Bobby Eaton. Skittle Parker versus Benoit. All pretty solid. Sting and Hogan confrontation. Alright, let's update this. Okay, you're just not going to hear me talk for a second. I apologize. I wonder how long this streak's going to be. Last 17 shows. It's obviously going to quit happening, and when it does, it's going to suck. Alright, we got to re-sign JR. Mankind's not happy about how he's been booked. And Goldust isn't happy how he's been booked. But, I mean, Goldust is just in that role right now where he's mid-carder. And Mankind's toward the end of his run. And we might as well re-sign good old JR. Alright. Let's just 3 years, 4 years. I like signing guys like 4 or 5 year deals just so I don't have to remember, like keep on re-signing them, because like 3 years pretty much flies in this game sometimes. Alright, so that's going to be it for this episode. Kicked WCW's ass once again. Hell of an all-time great match with Rock and Sock versus Team Perfect. Team Perfect has just been on fire. Thank you guys for watching. Next episode SmackDown. I don't really have much planned for it as of right now. And then until then, I'll talk to you guys later.